x% of 500 is nothing but x by 100 into 500. And y% of 300 is nothing but y by 100 into 300. From this, we will get a relation between x and y. We'll use that relation and find out x value by substituting in the second area. What is second area? X% of y% of 200 is equals to 60. Okay. So now first we will take x by 100 into 500. This is equals to y by 100 into 300. From this, you can cancel these two hundreds and these two zeros. Then you will get 5x is equals to 3y. 5x is equal to 3y means x by y. I'm just taking this y this side so that I can get a ratio between x and y. That is nothing but 3 by 5. 5 by x by y is equal to 3 by 5. So if see, now x by y is equal to 3 by 5, we got one relation. We will use this relation. Means what? X is to y is equals to 3 is to y. So we will use this relation and find out the value of x. So now I'll use the second equation, that is x% of y%. X% is nothing but x by 100. Of is nothing but into. Y% is nothing but y by 100 into 200 equals to 60. Okay, these two zeros which cancelled, and 2 ones are 2 30s are. Then x into y is equals to how much? 3000. Y is equal to 3000. But see here, x is to y ratio is known, that is 3 is to 5. Whenever there is a ratio, if you multiply that ratio with a constant number, some L or K or anything or M, then what happens? 3M, they will become the numbers by M. Now it is not a ratio anymore. I have converted this ratio into numbers by multiplying them with M parameters. So 3M and 5M are the values of x and y. So now if you can find M value and multiply with 3, that is nothing but x value. So for that, I'll substitute 3M and 5M here, then it will become 15M square is equals to 30,000, 3,000. So 15 ones are 15 twos are. So it is nothing but 200. 200 means, see, is there any way? So it's not a perfect square, but 100 is a perfect square. So we can get the value of m as under root 200. That is nothing but 10 root 2. 10 root 2. Okay, I hope you understood this thing. 10 square, I have converted into 10 square into root 2. 10 square is nothing, under root 10 square is nothing but 10. 10 root 2 is the value of m. So now you got the value of m as 10 root 2, then substitute in 3x place. Now it will become 10 into root 2. So it will be 30 root 2. 30 root 2 is the value of x that we are supposed to find. Now, second question. If x value is 10% more than y value, x value is 10% more than y value, then what percent of x plus y is x minus y? She is saying x value of x is more than y, saying. But how much percent? It is 10%. It is not the value. It is not saying x is more than y by 10. It is not saying that. Not a value. It is percent. He's saying 10% more. 10% means suppose if it is 100, then it will be 110. Okay. Y is 100, then it will be 110. Suppose if Y is 200, X will be, it's not 200, it is 220. Why 220? 10% of Y is 20. So that 20 should be added to 200, then it will become 220, like that. The X value is 10% more than Y mean. Whatever the value of Y you take, just add 10% of Y to that Y value, then make it as X value. Suppose if it is 100, then 10% of 100 is 10. So 100 plus 10 is 110. Suppose if I assume this has 200, then 10% of 200 is 20. Then add 20 to 200, then it will become 220. So now you got X and Y values, how they exist. Now then you come here. What percent of X plus Y is X minus Y? What percent of X plus Y is X minus Y? He's saying what percent of X plus Y is X minus Y? He's asking about X minus Y value. Suppose if it is 3, so suppose this is 5, then what percent of X plus Y is X minus Y means in 5, the value of 3% is asking. So it means 3 by 5 into, it means in 5, what is the percentage value per 3? Means the larger value should be at the bottom, and for which value is asking the percent should be on the numerator. So 3 by 5 20. Suppose if it is 100, it is 20, then 20 by 100. Suppose if it is 250, it is 50, then 50 by 100, like that. You are supposed to calculate it. Now we got a clarity. Now I'll go with the assumption that x is, no, y is 100 and x is 110. And what is the value of x plus y? X plus y. X plus y. This is x and this is y. X plus y is 210. And similarly, x minus y is, I know x value is 110, y value is 100. I'm going with the assumption, then x minus y is 10. So you got x minus y value, and in this x minus y value in x plus y, how much percent? That is the question he is asking. Just simple thing, just you need to understand the question. 100 by 21. 100 by 21 means 21 4 the 84. 21 4 the 84. How much is remaining? 16 by 21. 416 by 21 is the value. Next question. If I am going fast, please comment so that I will reduce my speed to the next classes. Or if I am going slow, just let me know. Increase my speed. Okay. Considering everybody's pace, I am going with moderate speed. So I can solve this question very fast and very slow as well. It's your choice. You let me know so that I'll make changes accordingly. Two numbers are lesser than third number by 90%. What is it saying? Two numbers are lesser than third number by 90% and 75% respectively. So it means how many numbers are there? There are three numbers here. So by what percent the first number should be increased to become equal to the second number? See, it did not give value for anything. So there are three numbers. In these three numbers, two numbers are lesser than third number. Two numbers means if I take these as first two numbers, so in this question he has to give first two numbers, but gave it as two numbers, but we can take because he mentioned as third number now. So we can take these two numbers are lesser, not greater, lesser than third number by 90%. Means x is lesser or greater? Lesser. So x is less than z by 90%. Y is less than z by 75%. How can you write it? How can you write it? This can be written in two ways. X is lesser than Z by 90%. Means X is 10% of X is 10% of Z. Suppose that you have 100 rupees. This Z has 100 rupees. If I have 10 rupees, what I can say? I have 90% less than the money you have. Satisfying or not? That's what I have written here. If I put 100 in place of Z, then these two gets cancelled. I'll get 10 rupees. Matching? So that is the way. This is one strategy. So X is 10 by 100 into Z, or Y is 25 by 100 into Z. This is one thing you can write. In another way also you can write, that is, so X is lesser than Z by 90%, means X minus 90 by 100 into Z is equal to, what should I get here? What should I get here? X should be subtracted with value of 90. So let's say if I add X is lesser than Z by 90%, just add, we'll just add, not subtract. If I add, then I'll fulfill the value of Z because it is 90% less. So I'll add that 90% to X to make it Z. Same way, I'll add 75% to make it that also you can do. From this you can find out X value and Y value, you'll get the same thing. Okay, this is one more way. Once you get value in terms of X and Y, you can use this two equations to find out the X value. From this I'll write X is equal to Z minus 90Z by 100. So this is equal to 10Z by 100. The same thing I got here. Same way, Y is equal to Z minus 75Z by 100. That is equals to 25Z by 100. So it is same as this. Now you got X and Y values in terms of known parameters. How you can use them? So we got this respectively. By what percent the first number should be increased to become equal to the second number? By what percent the first number means X, should be increased to become equal to the second number? So it means that what is the difference between X and Y? You just find out. That is nothing but the value you are supposed to add. Just convert that into percentage. So X minus Y to X minus Y or Y minus X, whichever is bigger, minus 1 or Y minus. So here bigger one is Y. So 25Z by 100 is nothing but 15Z by 100. So this is nothing but Y minus X. You got. So it is Y minus X value. So Y minus X value you got as 15Z by 100. So now you have to find its percentage. By what percent the first number should be increased to become equal to the second number? So the difference we got. So what is the value of first number? 10z by 100. To find out the percentage, you have to divide it with first number because he is asking how much percentage the first number should be. That's why first number should come at the bottom. Okay. So Z cancel. It is 15 by 10 into 100. Why into 100? Anything to be converted into percentage means you have to multiply with 100. So 150 is the percentage. So the first number should be increased by 150% to become equal to second number, that is what. So in a village, 5/9 of the population are men, and among them 30%, among them 30% got married. What is the percentage of girls who did not get married in that village? A good question, a tricky question. So in a village, 5/9 of the population are men. So in every village there will be some number of men and some number of women. So among them 30% got married. Among them means among the men out of 5/9, some percent, 30% men got married. So men obviously get married with women. So that percent, the number what we are going to get, that should be matched with the women first. Suppose I got men as some 2000. So 2000 men will be married with 2000 women. So out of the total population, I'll subtract married women. Then I'll get married women after subtracting it from men. Okay, so I'll do it with the assumption here. So 5/9 of the population are men. 5/9, I don't know total population, but it is given as 5/9. 5/9 means what? Out of 9 parts, 5 parts are men. 9 parts. I'll take 9 parts as 9,000. It means 5,000 are men. If 5,000 are men, 4,000 are women because total is 9,000, right? So if I add men and women, it should be 9,000. So based on the value given, the ratio or fraction given, I can take 9 as 9,000, so total population in the village, and 5,000 is men and women is 4,000. Now what I'll do, keep this 4,000 aside. First, out of this 5,000, 30% got married. So what is the 30% value here? 10% is 500, 30% is 1,500. So 1,500 will be married with 1,500 women. Calcutta. 1,500 women got married means I will subtract 1,500 here. Then how much is demand? 2,500. So 2,500 women are there. 2,500 women who didn't get married. But did he ask a number who did not get married in the village? What is the percentage? He is asking the percentage. Percentage is calculated on total number or not? So total population is 9,000. So this 9,000, out of 9,000, 2,500 is how much percentage? That is the question. So these two zeros gets cancelled. This zero again gets cancelled. 250 by 9. So 9 2s are 18, 70. Um, 9 2s are 18, 18, 20, 70 is remaining. 7, 27, 63, 7 by 9. 27, 7 by 9 is the percentage value of women who did not get married in that village. Okay. Now, the present population of the village is 8,000. Men increased by 6% and women increased by 10%. The population would become 8,600. What is the number of men before increase? Okay, population is given as 8,000. First, in this question, there are two parameters to be considered. Men population is increased, and at the same time, women population is also increased. Some percentage, forget about the percentage value. That's not what I think. Some percentage, 6% who increased, men increased, and 10% women increased. The population become 8,600 if that happens. If men increase by 6% and women increase by 10%, 8,000 will become equal to 8,600. 1,000 will become equal to 8,600. Now, I'll do one thing. What is the total increase? 600. In this, men are there and women are there. Forget about percentage now. Just this number, this has to be solved using ligation and mixture because there are men and women both got the increment. So it means 6,600 is how much percent of 8,000? First, you need to calculate that. 60 by 8. Then you have 7.5%. So 600 is 7.5%. So as a common, 7.5 is percent per common increment. So suppose here 10% is women and men are how much percent? 6%. So now it became, so I write it here. Write it. Women, men. Women increased by 10%, men 6%. But as a total, the population there is a change of 7.5. So that common increment will be written in the middle. Now you make the difference. This is 107.5 minus 106, 1.5. 110 minus 107.5, 2.5. So it will be 1.5 is 2.5 means this, you should find the ratio. I'll find the ratio. So this ratio is nothing but before the increment, what is the ratio of men and women population? That is 115 is 25. So now again I can 5 3 is a 5 pi is a. So 3 is to 5. 3 is to 5 before the increment their number. But what is he asking before the increment? What is the population would become okay. What is the number of men before increase? Not asking the percentage, which is asking the number. So here this is for men. This men is 5 parts before and women is 3 parts before. And after increment, it became 106%. Now we just need only men out of 8. Out of 8 parts, 5 plus 3, 8 parts, men are 5 parts and women are 3 parts. So if we ask for women, you will do 3 by 8. You ask for men, you will do 5 by 8. So 5 by 8, the total parts 8 na, but that total parts 8 is nothing but 8,000 here because initial population total parts is 8,000. So it means 5,000 men were there before increment, 3,000 women were there. Depending on the question they ask, you can solve. If we ask for women, it should do 3 by 8 into 8,000 divided 3,000. For men, it is like this. See here, the present population of a country is 10 crore. The percentage increase of the population is same every year. What is the percentage increase for the population to become 13.31 crore after 3 years? After 3 years. See here, Present population country is 10 crore. Okay, present population is 10 crore. 10 crore is there. But the percentage increase of the population is same. Every year it is increasing by some percentage. I'll take that as X percent. Don't know what it is. What is the percentage increase for the population to become 13.31 crore after 3 years? So every year it is increasing by X percent, X percent, X percent. After 3 years, it is becoming 13.31. So what is the X value is asking? Simple question it is. You should be good at mathematics. Letting. The 10 crore is the initial value. After 1 year, 100 plus X by 100. Okay. Suppose in place of X, some 20 is there. It is increased by 20% means you will multiply with 10 crore into 120 by 100. So per crore, what is the value? 10 power 7. I multiply. 10 into 10 power 7. Is in crore you have to write side. But 100 plus X by 100. This is the population after 1 year. But did it stop after 1 year? No. Again 10 more percent. 100 plus X by. Again third year. 100 plus X by. After doing all these calculations, it became how much? 13.31 crore. Crore means 10 power 7. Both side 10 power 7 is there. Will cancel. Whatever the parameters available, just cancel them. 10 to the power of 5, the bottom. Now 100 plus x 3 times means whole cube. This is equal to 13.31 into 10 to the power of 5. I am taking right side. So 2 tens will come to eliminate the point. Then it will become 1331 into 10 to the power of 3. This is equal to 100 plus x whole cube. But we don't need cubes, right? I need to take that cube towards right. If I take that cube towards right, then 100 plus x is equal to 1331 into 10 power 3 whole to the power of 1 by 3. 1 by 3 nothing but cube root. 1 by 3 means what? Cube root only. So 1331 into 10 cube. So in the root cube root AB means cube root A into cube root B. The same way it can be written as cube root 1331 into cube root 10 cube. But cube root 10 cube and this gets cancelled, it will become 10 and this will become 1331. 1331, you should know this. 11 cube is 1331. 11 square is 121. 11 cube is 1331. Okay, these are the standard values. You practice a lot, you will remember this. You can verify. So 121 into 11, na? So 121, 121. 1331, 1331. So it means 11 into 10 is 110. 110 is nothing but what? 100 plus x is equal to 110. Then x is equal to 10. So x is nothing but 10%. Like that you can solve that question. So you can, if you are very fast, you can solve it in half minute. But only thing is 11 cube is 1331. You should know that before. Otherwise you'll have to take the LCM and do it. So it takes time. You should remember the cube values and square values till 30 numbers. So 30 square, 30 cube, till that value you should remember. That helps a lot in reasoning also, in taking the odd man out. Okay. However, I'll tell you and I'll give you all those numbers and have to remember also. I'll tell you how to make it easily, how to remember also. I'll tell you. If you don't remember how to calculate it easily, also I'll tell you. Okay? Don't worry, squares and cubes. not now when we deal with the numbers. The salary of a person first increased by 10% and then decreased by 10%. What was the change in his salary? See, this is the question which was asked almost not exactly the same question. The same model will be asked in many exams. Okay. Very, very important model it is. At the same time, if you solve with the procedure, it takes time. But these type of things you have to remember. I told you this type of models before also, but not with the same percent. So 10% increase and again same 10% decrease. But I told 10, suppose if it is increased 10%, decrement is 15%. For the type of questions, I told you to use x plus y plus xy by 100 formula. So increment we will increase, for increase we will give plus sign, for decrease we will give minus sign and we will solve. Whatever we get negative, the resultant will be decrease. If we get positive, the resultant will be increase. So that's how we used to calculate in all the previous models. But here also the same formula can be used. But there is shortcut, very effective shortcut that you can use directly. See, increase by 10%, I'll use plus 10, and decrease by 10% minus 10. Plus into minus is plus 10 minus 10 multiplied divided by 100. So it will be, this gets cancelled. 10 square by 100 in front of minus. So these two gets cancelled. Minus 1 is the answer. And it means decreased by, effectively it will decrease by 1%. So this is the normal procedure we can say. But I'll tell you one thing. Whenever they say same percent, same number, so like 20% increase and again 20% increase, or 30% increase and again 30% increase. No, it can be anything. Decreased in the first and increased in the second, or else increased first and decreased second. It can be anything. The formula is same. That is whatever the percent given whole square. I'll take it as x square by 100. Okay, x square by 100 means if a number. So the formula is if a number first increased by x%, again decreased by percent, then what is the effective change? I'm saying change, not increase. Or the effective change is definitely decrement. Effective change is decrease by x square by 100%. Remember, it is percentage value. X square by 100. In this, you can say if a number first increased by x% or first decreased by x%. Again, first next. If first it is, no, if second it is decreased, means later it is increased. So this is valid for both the cases. Yeah. X square by 100%. See in the next example. The population of a country increases by 20% in the first year and then decrease by 20% in the next year. I'm saying if a number. So if a number is here, the population of a country. Population of country is obviously a number. So that number is increased by 20% and then decreased by 20%. Is it same or not? 20%. Here also 20% and here also 20%. So we don't need to worry whether it increases first when it becomes increment first and then decrement, then only we need to use. So then nothing like that. Even if it decreases by 20% first and then increases by 20%, then also you can use the same formula. So in the next year, what is the net effect on the population after 2 years? So you don't need to use x plus y plus x into y by 100. If it is different percent, you have to use. If it is same percent, you just do it with a single formula, that is 20 square by 100. So nothing but 400 by 100, it is 4%. But plus or minus, definitely it is negative. So net value will be decreased by 4%. Decreased by 4% means if suppose if the initial population is 10,000, so 4% of 10,000 is what? 400. So it will be decreased by 400. That is this thing. So this based on this formula, I've seen many exams.